Breaking the Trigger Reaction Cycle, a 5-step guide. Hello there and welcome back to Unstress Me, your channel for mental health and stress management. If you're new here, my name is Annie. I'm a psychologist and, once upon a time, a corporate professional navigating the high-pressure world of business with tight deadlines and constant demands. After wrestling with my own mental health challenges, I decided to specialize in stress management and resilience. Now, I'm on a mission to help others navigate their tough times, just as I learned to navigate mine. Let me set the stage for today's topic with a common scenario. Imagine this. A friend compliments your outfit, saying, "Wow, you look really fancy today." But instead of feeling flattered, you feel judged, thinking, "What's that supposed to mean? Do I usually look bad?" Or perhaps someone asks, "Can I help you somehow?" And you immediately feel insulted, hearing, "You don't think I can handle this myself." Sound familiar? Triggers like these can turn innocent interactions into emotional landmines, and often the other person is left scratching their head, wondering, what just happened? Today, we're going to break this cycle and explore how to take control when you feel triggered. To make it real, we'll follow 3 specific triggers: feeling judged, feeling powerless or controlled, and feeling ignored or unimportant. What are triggers and how to break the cycle in 5 steps? Let's get into it. The first step to breaking the trigger reaction cycle is to identify the trigger. If you don't know what's setting you off, you can't change how you react. It's like trying to fix a leaky faucet without knowing where the leak is. Start by paying attention to what specific moment or action made you feel triggered. If you feel judged, ask yourself what exactly made you interpret the comment as criticism. Was it their tone, choice of words, or perhaps something internal, like an existing insecurity? If the trigger is feeling powerless or controlled, reflect on what made you feel like you're losing agency. Did someone's micromanagement make you feel untrusted? Or was it an unexpected directive that caught you off guard? When dealing with feeling ignored or unimportant, think about whether the person's behavior truly signifies neglect or if you might be projecting feelings of inadequacy. Naming the trigger is a powerful way to start taming it. If you're finding this helpful so far, don't forget to subscribe to Unstress Me. It helps the algorithm and ensures I can continue making videos to support your mental health journey. Thank you. Once you've identified the trigger, the next step is to give yourself some space. Distance allows your emotions to settle so you can respond, not react. If you feel judged, take a physical or mental step back before replying. Pause, breathe, and remind yourself that you're in control of how you respond. For triggers related to feeling powerless, remind yourself that not every situation requires an immediate reaction. Take a moment to regain a sense of perspective, knowing that pausing doesn't mean losing control, it's reclaiming it. If the trigger is feeling ignored, resist the temptation to act out of frustration. Instead, step back and consider whether this person's behavior is intentional or if they might be dealing with their own struggles. Giving yourself space helps you approach the situation with clarity. Now comes an essential step: validating your feelings. It's okay to feel triggered. What's not okay is invalidating your own emotions or feeling ashamed of them. If you feel judged, acknowledge that your sensitivity to criticism might stem from a deep desire for respect or acceptance, and that's completely valid. When you feel powerless, remind yourself that frustration is a natural response to losing control, and it's okay to feel that way. For feelings of being ignored, recognize the hurt that comes from wanting to feel valued and seen. Validating your feelings doesn't mean dwelling on them, but rather acknowledging their existence as a step toward processing them constructively. After you've given yourself space and validated your emotions, it's time to reframe the situation. This means finding a more constructive perspective. If you felt judged, consider whether the comment was actually meant as criticism or perhaps just poorly worded. Maybe they were trying to compliment you, and it didn't come out right. When feeling powerless, ask yourself whether the other person's behavior stems from their own stress or need for control, rather than a lack of trust in you. For those feeling ignored, think about the other person's possible circumstances. Perhaps they're preoccupied or overwhelmed and didn't intend to make you feel unimportant. Reframing helps you shift from blaming to understanding, giving you a better foundation to respond. Finally, it's time to respond constructively. This is where all the previous steps come together. If you felt judged, try addressing the comment calmly and seeking clarification, like saying, "Thanks for your comment. Did you mean that as a compliment?" For situations where you felt powerless, consider initiating a respectful conversation to express your need for autonomy. You might say, "I'd love to take more ownership of this task. Could we talk about how I can do that?" If the issue was feeling ignored, sending a gentle follow-up message like, "Hey, just checking in. Hope everything's okay on your end," can help bridge the gap. Constructive responses allow you to take control while keeping the interaction positive. And there you have it, breaking the trigger reaction cycle in 5 steps. Identify the trigger, distance yourself, validate your feelings, reframe the situation, and react constructively. These steps take practice, but trust me, they're worth it. You deserve peace and control over your emotions. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Unstress Me, and let me know in the comments. What triggers are you working on? Let's support each other. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember, you are stronger than your triggers.